Que paso? So, Santi back with another one. Semen retention is red pill, part 9. In my last video, it cut out. I ran out of phone space before I could finish, making my point. But it's all going to overlap. So, what I was saying is that, we have a responsibility um, as individuals, my focal point being on men, more specifically, but not limited to just black men, with me being an indigenous person, you know, me within, an indigenous name, Asante Sudani Ade, you know, me embracing my indigenous identity as an Afro-Caribbean man. So, what I was saying was, you know, in regards to having responsibility over yourself on this journey for those that come more to ourselves and we seek to help the people. I know for me personally, I don't have any time to be dealing with anybody that's in their ego, and me with just who I am and having a problem with authority. My problem with authority figures is this idea of their status, them utilizing that to dehumanize you in a way, to make you feel as though you have no value because you're not based off of your status, if it's deemed lower or lesser or more in it, following that bureaucratic ranking system, because you're not on the same level that they are based on status. Your sense of self-worth is deemed less, and so they become ego driven. They get caught up in how it makes them look based off of their title, and how they look in the eyes of others because they have this particular status, this particular title, But, I have no time for people who don't hold themselves accountable. I hold myself accountable. And I know the good that I've done, and I didn't do it for validation. I didn't do it to be viewed a certain way in the eyes of the masses. I did it because that is true to me. That is me being in alignment with who I am. And whatever the situation was, that is what I was called to do. Okay. I'm as much as a fighter. I'm as much of a fighter as I am a lover for nature, for the ancestors, and for humanity. But ain't nobody gonna bullshit me. You know what I'm saying? Because since I've come from an adolescent to a man, I know the energy that I've been putting out. I know where I've misstepped, but I'm gonna hold myself accountable before anybody else does. And I don't care what their status is, how many degrees they have. I refuse to let anybody speak down on me, because I know that I'm cut from a different cloth. I know that I walk differently. I know that I move differently. I know that I think differently. I know that I'm being who I am. And I know that I'm living in my truth. So a person can feel how they feel about me, but they better damn sure not defame me or try to make me seem to be like somebody I'm not, just because of how I may have gone about things in one moment. But I ain't never been a deceitful individual. And how I feel about a situation is how I feel about a situation. If I see it fit that I need to change my perspective on something, then that's what I'll do. But I'll do that on my own volition, as a man. So, on this journey, as you have conversations with people and you have gained an understanding more so attainment of your wisdom, which comes from knowledge itself. You having conversations with people and they wonder, they can feel in your energy that you move differently. You carry yourself in a different manner. And it's not something that you picked up from somebody else. It's a reflection of your authenticity, So people don't want to have conversations with you. They'll want to, be in your presence. They feel that energy. They want some of that energy. They want to know what you have going on in your life and what it is that you know, what knowledge that you have. And that can be of great benefit to people. But then there are some people that just leech off of you and feed off of you. And I know those type of individuals, and I have cut them off. And on this journey, as you cut people off, you will find people coming back around. Don't let anybody disrespect you. Stand by your principles. Stand by your principles. Hold to that. Be grounded in yourself. Because if you allow a person to come back, you have to be assertive and standing firm in your boundaries that you have set. Okay, especially if they're coming to you needing your help. Don't let it, it's funny because you will see that. You will see a person be blatantly disrespectful when they have given you nothing and you have given them so much of your time and energy. And they'll come back as if you've done nothing for them. And I've touched this on previous videos. People who have the victim mentality, those are people that I consider having the victim mentality. We have to point them out and be specific in those details. People that you have actually been supportive when they call you, you're there. You get in your car, you drive however many miles just to be of service to them and to be a shining light. And then they get in their feelings and be like, oh, I'm a lone wolf, nobody understands me, and they want to act like you ain't do nothing for them and that you are against them. When you have been there, you have individuals that come to you for advice and won't even apply it. And will go back to making the same decisions that put them in a compromising position in the first place and had them to have to seek you out. This is the type of thing that I'm talking about. I have no sympathy or empathy for those individuals. I know the type of people that contribute nothing to humanity. They're leeches and they're parasites. Those people exist. All that love and light bullshit, it only applies circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? You have to be conscientious and use your discernment. I'm not a part of any of this, of that quote unquote new age bullshit. Some thoughts that all of a sudden are gaining popularity. Tribal people had these understandings already. They lived in accordance with nature already. Science, Western science is just figuring out that stuff already. You know what I'm saying? So the rabbit hole goes deeper than what y'all think it does for a lot of people that are just coming into this. It goes beyond your religious beliefs. It goes beyond the city or the state that you live in, because we've been here for millions of years. Indigenous people, black and brown peoples have been here for millions of years. So there were people living in those areas before you came into existence, and their energy still linger. Those ancient empires, they still linger. So when it comes to red pill and seeing beyond what is, it's all going to take you back to yourself. Once you gain all that knowledge and what you need to move forward, how are you going to utilize that information? Especially for those of us that are applying it. And then people come around us and they want that you have to go through certain things to acquire certain knowledge. You have to go through a rite of passage. And that's what some people don't understand. They come to you for help and then they expect you to just give them all the answers. But see, for the fact that they haven't gone through certain experiences to pull out that deeper understanding and realization within themselves, they can't grasp the information that you're giving them. So for those of us that are coming, we've been on this journey for a while, and even those who are just coming into it, honor yourself, be conscientious, reassess the things in the past, seek to see beyond what is, and don't let the media, social media dictate your family, your friends, those that follow that mass consciousness thinking and they're just regurgitating what they heard. Don't let them influence you when you know within yourself that something is not right or you need to be going a certain way. It's all about self-determination. Know who you are, remember who you are, and always stand firm and stand by that. So that's all I wanted to say for this video. For those of the warrior spirit, remember your warrior nature. And as always, love.